Fight fans, it's finally here. After years of delays, drama and debates, Conor Benn vs Chris Eubank Jr. is officially Fight Week. This is one of the most anticipated domestic clashes in recent memory, not just because of the fighters, but because of everything this matchup represents. Legacy, pressure, and pure British boxing heritage. This is Knock On, and today we're breaking this one all the way down. Who's got the edge? What are the keys to victory? And who's walking away with the win? Let's kick things off with Conor Benn, the more explosive, more controversial half of this story. Benn fights like a man on a mission. He's aggressive, fast, powerful, and emotionally charged every time he steps into the ring. Carrying the Benn name brings a unique kind of pressure, especially in the UK. But to his credit, Conor hasn't just coasted off the family legacy, he's carved out his own path with a fan-friendly style. He's got rapid hand speed, nasty power, and a left hook that can turn the lights out. His stoppages over Chris Algieri and Samuel Vargas weren't just wins, they were statements. When he smells blood, he goes for it with real spite. But it's not all smooth sailing with Benn. He's still largely untested at the top level. His opponents so far? Mostly aging names or guys who couldn't really push him, and defensively he's not exactly hard to hit. Chin high and willing to trade when he doesn't need to. That's risky, especially against someone with Eubank's experience and size. Also, and this is key, this fight's at 160 pounds. Benn's been a career welterweight, recently testing the waters at 154, but jumping up to full middleweight? That's a whole different beast. Will the power carry? Up! Will his chin hold? We're about to find out. Now on the other side, you've got Chris Eubank Jr. If Benn is the firecracker, Eubank's the veteran with grit. He's durable, he's awkward, and he's been in there with some legit names. Groves, DeGale, Saunders, Liam Smith. He hasn't always come out on top, but he's never been completely outclassed either. Eubank's engine is one of his biggest weapons. In his prime, he could throw all night. High output, flashy combos, and a chin that held up under serious pressure. In recent years, he's tried to shift styles. More boxing, more back foot, movement. The results? Mixed. When it works, he looks sharp. When it doesn't, he looks confused. That identity crisis got him stopped by Liam Smith the first time around, trying to be slick when he should have brought the heat. Age is creeping. Eubank's 34 now, he's got miles on the clock, and while he's not shop-worn, you can't ignore that clock ticking. That said, his rematch performance against Smith showed there's still gas in the tank, and he can bounce back from setbacks. Let's talk styles, because this matchup is fascinating. Benn brings the heat early. He wants a war, he wants chaos. He's going to try and overwhelm Eubank with power, pressure, and volume in those first few rounds. His best shot? Get Eubank out of rhythm before he settles. But if Eubank weathers the storm, that's where things get interesting. Eubank is more comfortable going long. He doesn't need to dominate early. He just needs to survive and chip away. If he controls the pace, works behind his jab, and starts picking Benn off as the rounds go on, the momentum could swing his way fast. Especially with Benn being the smaller man, you have to wonder how his stamina and durability will hold as the fight drags on. A big red flag for Benn is his footwork. He's improved, but it's still a bit raw. Against someone like Eubank, who throws in flurries and can make things messy on the inside, that's dangerous. If Benn overcommits and gets caught mid-exchange, Eubank has the power to make him pay. And then there's the mental game, something that could be just as important as the physical. This fight carries legacy weight. The Benn-Eubank family rivalry is legendary in British boxing, and now the sons are carrying that torch. Conor's got that chip on the shoulder energy. He fights like he wants to prove the world wrong. But with the failed drug tests, media pressure, and public scrutiny, the spotlight is intense. Can he handle all that and still perform? Eubank, meanwhile, lives for the mind games. Cool, composed, and calculated. He's been here before. He knows how to handle the pressure and use it to his advantage. He's also got that mental edge of having done 12 rounds with killers, something Benn can't say yet. So, what are the keys to victory? For Conor Benn, he needs to start fast, get inside, work the body, and throw with bad intentions. He needs to make it ugly, make it violent, and keep Eubank from finding his rhythm. For Chris Eubank Jr., it's about staying. Composed early, using the jab, controlling distance, and slowly turning up the heat as Benn fades. If he can take Benn's best shots early, this fight becomes his to lose. Also, keep an eye on the weight cut. Benn will make 160 easily, but Eubank, who's fluctuated between middle and super middle, could struggle. And we've seen what weight cuts can do to fighters' durability. Alright, prediction time. This is a tough one. On paper, it's a true 50-50, but if I have to pick, I'm leaning slightly towards Chris Eubank Jr. Why? Experience, size, composure. If he survives those first 4 to 6 rounds, I think he takes over late. Could be a decision, could be a stoppage in the later rounds, but I trust his ring IQ and durability more than Benn's raw firepower. That said, Benn absolutely has the tools to shock the world. If he catches Eubank early, it could be lights out. But the longer it goes, the more it favors Eubank. But that's my take. What do you think? Who takes it this weekend? Benn by early KO? Eubank by late dominance? Drop your predictions in the comments. And don't forget, we'll be covering all the big moments from Fight Week right here on Knock On. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.